This is the Bill Squire Show.
Hey everybody, this has been a pain in the ass, but we are recording, finally, this week's episode of the Bill Squire Show. I am your host, Bill Squire. I'm here with Tommy LC.
I'm back.
And last week we had Ricky LC. And we have no AJ this week, but instead we have Pants.
If you thought it was a pain in the ass before, wait till we get going here with me. Thanks for having me.
Oh, is that a threat or a promise?
It's just more of a foreboding.
We're gonna put things in butts.
It is your fault that the podcast is so behind.
Yeah, I'll take the L for it. It's fine. I'm a team player.
So yeah, we had a lot of problems. I gotta play to this camera this week. Usually my camera's over here, but now it's over here. So we had some problems getting things going this week. They had to get some software installed. We're in a different studio than we were last week, but now it's all going, and we're gonna make this happen. I'm a little stressed out. It's been a long day. We did our first radio show in the studios down here today, and so that went okay. There was a few hiccups here and there, but we're figuring it out, and it's a lot. It's a lot to do.
It's very pretty in here, though.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it feels like a radio spaceship.
Speaking of pretty, that shirt is.
Yeah, I bought this shirt. Changed my whole life over the weekend, man. I found it. Changed. I was gonna stay in, and then I went out because I wanted to share it with the world.
You both are very floral today.
Yeah, it's summertime. Summer ain't over.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I got my summer shirt, and then I'm moving into a new look once I shoot the special. I think I sent it to you.
Oh yeah, you did.
So that's gonna be the new stage look. But
bold. It's bold.
If you want to see it, you're gonna have to wait and come to my comedy special recording at the Funny Stop, September 2nd and 3rd, which I believe, Tommy, you got tickets for today?
Not yet. I haven't gotten it.
Okay, you haven't gotten them, but you were asking me about it,
Which
and you were
day?
saying which day, and I was saying Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday's always a good day to go see a comedy show, but I'm very excited. What day are you coming, Pants?
Well, probably whatever day Tommy's going, which is Saturday.
Saturday.
You're doing two shows.
Two shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday.
Which do you recommend, the late or the early, or?
I would say go late.
Okay,
late.
yeah.
Go late,
Just because I think the early ones are
tamer.
No, it's not that they're tamer. It's just I think they're already kind of filling up. So I need more people to get to the late shows.
I always go to the early shows because I was a hardcore kid and I was a fat hardcore kid, so I always got the pit started.
Yeah.
So that's the spirit I bring to comedy shows.
Okay, well, we'll have that same enthusiasm for the late shows.
Yes.
And I'm really, really excited about this material that I've been working on. I've run the set a bunch of times now, and it's pretty funny. And it's not just funny, I really like the material. I think it's very dark. I think there's some edginess to it, and I think I talk about things that I feel are important to me without being preachy, which I think is the best thing you can do as a comic, where you be like, hey, I'm making this point without having to jam it down your throat. But if you really think about what I'm saying, you're gonna be like, oh.
You're kind of walking people into it.
Without
pushing them into it.
Yeah, you're laughing at it, and you're going, I don't know if I agree with it, but you're thinking about it different. And you're having it, and you go, yeah, why am I so stuck in this mindset on things? And I like that.
I think when you can get someone to laugh at something they don't agree with, that to me is kind of what's better than that. That to me is that's the peak of the medium, in my opinion, as an open micer's perspective.
The one thing that I've noticed about these studios, and Tommy, I'm sorry, but we never get to see your boobs on camera anymore.
Do you need me to sit up higher?
Let's see how high you can get. Yep, we do. That works really well. That's
got my boobs.
Is that
especially when you
a requirement? I asked for a higher seat for me, please. A high chair. Give me a high chair so you can see my.
Is that the christening of the studio?
I know what gets listen, I put you as the thumbnail on an episode a couple weeks ago.
Only added me because I have tits. That's the only reason why I'm on the podcast.
Not even because you're in
I thought that's
hot
why
and
I was
thoughtful.
here.
It's just
that too.
Just the tits.
More
that's why I
tits,
added you to a mostly audio listen podcast. Pancake. No, pancake. Guys, my brain is fucking
Did you just call me pound cake?
I just said pound cake, and I don't even know what I was referring to.
Tourette's?
Yeah, it might be. It might be. Can you develop Tourette's?
I know on TikTok there's like a rash of youths that just make up that they have Tourette's.
Yeah, that's fun.
What?
Boy, youths are great, right?
Those youths. But yeah, so I don't know.
What were the dumb trends that we did when we were younger? What was like a trend?
Backyard wrestling.
Oh yeah, I did do some of that. I did a lot of trampoline wrestling. That's kind of the thing. I wasn't so hardcore that I was doing backyard, like really like put on matches.
Trampoline?
But we would like wrestle on trampolines and like power bomb each other and shit like that.
Yeah.
And that was pretty goddamn
No,
fun.
we were lighting motherfuckers on fire.
You were going
throwing
hardcore.
people through
tables.
tables.
You were a more hardcore kid than I was.
Well, but I was also like the comic relief of our federation. So it wasn't like I wasn't taking the serious bumps.
Yeah.
But I do remember my one friend, shout out to the Masked Fish, went through a table that we doused with rubbing alcohol.
Oh.
And he went through it wearing a chef's coat and like a hoodie underneath, and it just sopped up all the rubbing alcohol.
And just burned him. Did he get a pretty bad burner?
And he was on fire for like a good 10 seconds, and there's VHS footage of me running away. Where I was trying to go get water, but it was the most Keystone Cops shit you've ever seen in your life. Where like it just looked like I got scared. I was like, "Fuck, my parents are gonna yell at me," and I was like just running away.
Like, he survived. Go, guys. I can't do this. Yeah, this isn't for me.
Yeah, he goes, I'm gonna just go back to youth hockey. I think this is kind of fucked up.
I watched a ton of. I watched like 11 episodes of the Monday Night Wars documentary that's on WWE's network, and just going through like all the years, like the Lucha Libres coming in and Goldberg, and just the WCW versus WWF in those days was just so fun, and it was wild. One of the funniest things about it, though, have you watched back in those days?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like when DX was becoming a thing, and these are like the two badasses like that are not playing by the rules. But this is when it's Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and they're coming out and doing this DX thing, but they're always wearing polo shirts tucked into like jeans or khakis with braided belts. And I'm like, these are the badasses? These are the guys that like, we're not going to take, like, meanwhile they're yelling at Bret the Hitman Hart, and he's like
clad
in costume,
like a
leather jacket,
black spandex.
Yeah, like he's looking more like a badass, but they look like golf dads on steroids, but they're not dressed cool in any way.
Yeah, I mean, my literal fashion inspiration is literally just to look like a wrestler on his day off in 1993. Like, just that to me was always like the coolest, most I really don't care about anything vibe to give off. But yeah, Triple H went from being like a blue blood, like snooty British themed wrestler to like overnight he had Motorhead at his entrance theme. He started wearing leather jackets and stuff.
But did you guys know that his intro, my husband and I walked out at our reception?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did wrestling intros. Yeah, the game was ours.
Game?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Did you guys do the DX suck it when you like gave your vows to each other?
No, it was not a wrestling themed wedding. It was just our into the reception. Everyone got wrestling intros. Yeah.
That's
okay, I got you.
Yeah, we all got intros going in.
I mean, when it comes to intros, the glass breaking,
that was our
Stone Cold coming in,
all-time greatest,
the absolute best.
I actually had this conversation not too long ago where I was like thinking about it. I go, maybe it's not your favorite, but as far as like crowd reaction goes, nothing got a bigger pop in the history of wrestling than when the glass broke. Because
the glass broke, you knew exactly who was coming. You knew it was going to be exciting. And there were some other good ones. I thought Chris Jericho's was pretty decent. What did The Rock have? Did it just go?
If you smell,
so it's him doing the,
it's like bow, bow.
I forgot about the Rudy Poo candy ass stuff, and so when I was watching those
was the late 90s was just like
hoax.
lightning in a bottle, because literally nothing wrestlers didn't work. Like, just so much shit got thrown against the wall, and it all got over. I'm from both WCW and WWE.
Yeah,
but to the point where like I remember watching it and I go, wrestling's never going to be this cool again, and they're going to have to start all over again when this wave is over with. Yeah. And they did, it's cool again, but it took, they had to literally start from scratch because they were throwing motherfuckers off like 50-foot tall scaffoldings into like alligator pits and stuff.
Super violent and super.
Yeah, you can only get so nuts until, you got to just get back to basics.
Who's your go-to, like not obscure, but like the less, I mean, obviously there's the Stone Cold and there's the Rock.
Like as a wrestling connoisseur.
Yeah.
Like who's like my like underground. I would say Rob Van Dam, which he went on to become a huge deal, but like before ECW popped, he to me was like the greatest wrestler I've ever seen. Yeah. Maybe still is. Like he just because he was just so athletically inclined and did the wildest shit.
Right.
And to this day, I don't think he ever actually got injured, and he wrestled for over probably 30, 35 years. That's pretty I can't think of any nerdier answer than that. I'm sure there's going to be 10 or 15 of my friends.
No, you don't have to go that deep because I don't go that deep with it. But I'm just thinking like, there's the main headliner guys, but then there's, especially in that Attitude Era, because I was really more just Attitude. I watched WWF. I watched some WCW, but Attitude Era WWF was like the main thing that got me into it.
Well, there was so like ECW got gobbled up by WWE, right? But before it was gobbled up in like the early 90s, mid 90s, it was like a thing that you maybe could see at 2 a.m. in the morning on paid programming on cable TV.
Yeah.
And I would literally, this is how much of a virgin I was, I would rush home from Mushroom Head shows just like fucking get home as early as I could for the off chance that they would remember to pay Sports Channel Ohio for the paid programming to watch ECW, grainy ass fucking 4:3 aspect ratio.
We're all filmed in Philadelphia with the like same crowd every week.
It was truly like the maybe everybody says this when they're growing up, but it was truly the greatest time to be a wrestling fan. In my opinion.
I agree.
Like I mean, Tommy, like literally just any civilian can tell you like 20 wrestlers off the top of their heads from the late 90s. That's just how big wrestling was.
Yeah. I mean, I still enjoy it like
you're
here
a fan,
and there.
Like, right? Or you were a fan?
I was, yeah. When I was little, yes, for sure. I don't watch.
Go to like.
I don't have. I mean, I couldn't tell you like.
It doesn't have to be like super deep.
Weird.
Like,
I don't know, like the smaller guys. I used to always love Hulk Hogan, and he's not a smaller guy. He's Hulk a big Hogan, name.
Yeah.
I was scared of Santa Claus when I was little because of the Santa Claus when he was in the ring with the outfit. Yeah, I cried, I guess, at the mall because I thought it was Hulk Hogan. I thought they were the same thing.
Why would you be scared of Hulk Hogan, though?
Well, because he's beating up other adults, but he's the kindest. I mean, listen, I was a toddler or something.
Yeah. So for me, like a guy that I think just every time he was on the mic, he was hilarious. And he put on a great show, and I just think that the Road Dogg Jesse James was just fucking hilarious.
I did love Macho Man.
He was a testament to how Mike's skills could take you very far in the business.
Because he wasn't like the biggest guy, he wasn't the high flying guy, but he was just this ridiculous looking human that'd go out there and be funny and be able to basically win a match with his wit, which was pretty awesome.
That was the classic tag team chemistry, though, where you find like a massive muscle guy like Billy Gunn, and you pair him up with a guy that could work the mic like Road Dogg, who, no offense to Road Dogg, he looked like a carny. Like, he looked
but that's why I liked him so much, because I'm like, this guy doesn't look like he should be in these fights,
right?
But he's great.
Yeah, that's the classic tag team pairing that's worked throughout the years, but just also like that's how crazy over just all wrestlers were in the 90s. Because no offense to Road Dogg, that guy was super over, and he looked like Kid Rock with cornrows.
Yeah,
which even Kid Rock probably had cornrows in his career, but you get my point.
Right. What would you, if you could come up with a wrestling persona? We did nicknames for each other or pet names for each other. Could we come up with some wrestling personas based on what we know about each other and how we'd and then maybe cut some promos?
No.
You don't want to cut a promo? I'm not doing a promo, no. You're not cutting a promo?
No.
You're not going to cut a promo on...
No.
Trying to think what Big Thomas could cut a promo on. What about you could be Big Thomas?
I could be Big Thomas.
Standing 5'1",
5'0",
97 pounds.
Thank you very much.
Sorry. Hailing from Rootstown, Ohio.
Ew, I'm not from Rootstown, and I'm not there anymore. Okay?
Hailing from Xenia, Ohio.
Where?
Exactly. No, it doesn't matter.
Hailing from parts unknown. That's always a good one.
There was a tag team in the early 90s that was like a heel, like rich boy tag team called the Beverly Brothers, and they were like, I'd watch them and they would be from hailing from Shaker Heights, Ohio, and I go, holy shit! I was like, I live right next to there, and I was like, oh no, they just picked Shaker Heights, Ohio because it was like a rich neighborhood.
Yeah.
They were like from like fucking Tampa or something.
All right, I got Tommy's persona. What was the like alien the other thing they used for the eggs?
Huh?
When you got the egg stuck in your vagina.
Oh,
what's that thing
I
called?
missed this episode.
It didn't happen on the show.
What's
She
it
just told us
called,
about
though?
it.
What's it called? I don't remember. I haven't used it since. I'm scared, okay?
The fleshlight.
No, it's the how do I
See,
Google this?
Tommy with an I is a very good wrestling name on its own. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you could just add like a badass last name and make something up. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, Tommy LC sounds like a wrestler name.
Yeah.
Like you could be Tommy
It
LC.
could be Tommy
And then your
LC.
finishing move could be the egg drop.
The egg.
See-
Dude, what,
So,
what are those called?
so she had this device that
I still
basically-
have it.
Yeah, she has this device that lays eggs in your pussy when it's like a dildo thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she got one and she tried it and the egg got stuck and then her husband had to like go
Pull it
and
out for
pull
me.
it out. And
that's what true marriage is about.
I
right
did
there.
it by myself alone. Nobody was home at the time.
So
I
we just
have
like
the clip of the video because I was recording it for OnlyFans, and there's a point I think I showed you guys.
yeah,
I
she
just
shows
showed
just
my
like her face, just like
Yeah.
the face up of her going, oh,
like
no.
just realizing that it's stuck in my vagina and I can't get it
were
out.
you able to
the
like
eggs.
walk around with it inside you?
Yeah, it
or
felt
okay.
like fine. Like okay, it's fine, like with them in, but
But you don't want
my
it up there.
hands
Yeah.
weren't long enough to like get there.
That's
And then I may have tried a spoon. I may have tried so many different things. And he finally got home, and I'm like, listen, you're going to need to do it.
that's a good man right there.
It
That's,
was.
That's
He's
what,
great.
That's
Yeah.
what marriage is all about.
But I am really scared to use it again because, yeah. I don't
You got to
want him
get back on that
stuck.
horse. You know, you fall down
It's a
8
dragon.
times, get up 9.
You get on that dragon. Get on that. Yeah. Tommy Dragon.
Tommy Dragon.
Tommy Dragon.
Sounds sick.
Yeah.
Tommy Dragon.
I like it.
And then your finisher move's the egg drop.
The egg drop.
See, I literally had a wrestling persona in backyard wrestling.
Ooh, what was it?
It was Lord Pants, because at that point I had the nickname Pants,
Yeah.
and I had like a bunch of finishers. I had the matzo ball suplex.
I
I
love
had
it.
the dreadlock drop. I had the Hebrew hardline. So like, yeah, it's crazy that it just didn't. The WWE never came calling for me, but yeah.
What can we do? We got to update it though. You got to reimagine yourself. You can't go with these old ones.
Yeah, I mean,
Pants is already a great name, but we got to. I mean,
if I could opt for like a badass name that wasn't Pants Pantsley or something, like it would be, you know, like some like 80s coked up fucking like Ricky
Lightning or something.
Ricky Razor, you know, like you know, the something like Doctor, you know, it's some, I don't know.
I think how about
I can't believe I'm drawing blanks right now about wrestling, which is I've spent the last 35 years of my life talking about.
There's just too many options.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna be Switchblade Squire,
It's good.
and
Ooh,
you're
okay.
gonna be
You could have a blaze. Is there any blazes in wrestling? I feel like there
There's
should be, but
I'm sure at some point
yeah.
there's an Alondra Blaze,
the
Oh,
a
okay.
woman's
Yeah.
wrestler.
Okay.
how about the Knuckles.
The Knuckles.
You're just the Knuckles.
Well, Knuckles.
Yeah, just Knuckles,
Even
man.
though for divorced of then the Sonic the Hedgehog tie-in, you know, like it's.
That's why I was going the Knuckles or Or how about Buck Knuckles?
Buck Knuckles.
I love it.
There it is. Buck Knuckles and Switchblade Squire. Yeah. Buck Knuckles, honestly, because
Buck Knuckles is fucking
it's
awesome.
over the top enough, and like you really you could play it either seriously or you could just be over the top stupid about it. But it would definitely, not because of me, it would just be over because that name,
So Buck Knuckles, Switchblade Squire, and Tommy Dragon.
And also Buck Knuckles, my entrance theme would be Knuck If You Buck, the hardest rap song ever made.
There you go.
Can mine just be Dragon Tales theme song?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know how I'll walk down, but
it can definitely be that.
Wrestling's the best.
It is.
I've watched it my whole life, and how people can talk about it seriously and not be mystified by the fact that literally for decades I've watched just men and women in their underwear fight in a ring with like pyrotechnics and shit and act like it's normal. Blows my mind.
Buck Knuckles is
Buck
so good.
Knuckles. Changing all my social handles after this.
Yeah. this is gonna we have to do a Buck Knuckles shirt.
Or cut like a promo.
All right, let's cut a promo. All right, this is Buck Knuckles versus Switchblade Squire.
All right. You want me to take it away?
Yeah,
here?
you take it away.
Switchblade Squire, Knuckles here. You
it's
know
hard
me
to do
well.
this when you're looking right in the face.
Brother, I'm looking across this desk at you, and you're looking right back at 260 pounds of blue-eyed soul, Midwest fury. Knuck if you're Buck. Get ready when I see you in the center of that ring, planting you. 20,000, 32 people watching at the Berea Sports Complex. We're going to find out what you're made of.
Like it.
Ooh, I'm so scared of Buck Knuckles. Why don't you get in your pink car, because you probably drive a pink car to go with that pink shirt, and just go back to your mama's house, because we know that you're not man enough to step up to the switchblade. Because you come at the switchblade, you're gonna get chopped down. Now, I know that's not the device that you used to chop things down, but that's how powerful I am. When you come at me, I'm chopping, I'm slicing, I'm dicing, and you're done, Buck Knuckles.
They call you Switchblade Squire, but all I'm seeing is a butter knife from where I'm standing, brother.
Well, it's because I bring the switchblade with me today, because I had to go through security, because you can't just walk around with a switchblade. They're actually illegal, so it's just a nickname I have. It's not actually a thing I use. It'd be illegal to use it, but sometimes I use one that has a comb on it to comb my hair when I want that kind of look. Bub.
Well, SS Daddy, your dedication to safety in a post-school shooting America is admirable. But believe me when Buck Knuckles tells you, brother, when I get in front of those 14 people out there at Turner Gym in Brook Park, Ohio, 3 of them is the bartenders that are getting paid to be there. It's gonna be fucking one hot night out.
Actually, now that you bring it up, I can't even make it that day because I gotta pick up my friend from the airport. And I think if I pick her up from the airport, things might go in the direction that I want, which is romantic, but she says she doesn't see me that way.
Well, brother, when she wants to ride the edge of the razor blade, and you can't park your car there at Hopkins because they're very unreasonable with how long you can park your Kia Soul. So Buck Knuckles understands, as soon as you get there and you're ready to take her over to Ponderosa, appetizers on you, her half of the bill on her. Well, I can understand that if you just want to reschedule, like you almost had to do this podcast, we could just email each other and work that out later down the line, Daddy.
All right, we can do that, but I just want you to know that we go halves on the whole bill, but she does not give me gas money for picking her up from the airport, which I would be fine with if it was a romantic connection, but she keeps me in the zone that is just for friends.
Well, brother, let me tell you, she probably keeps you in the zone because you're not willing to accrue the entire cost of the appetizers to give her that bone, Daddy.
I'd pay for the entire appetizers if I had a better job right now, but right now all I'm qualified to do is deliver for Amazon, and they keep firing me because I keep smelling people's doorbells, and they see it on the ring cam, and they're like, you can't smell their doorbells.
Which camera on we? We're the hard cam. We're on the hard cam here. Yeah. Bring it on in here. Danny, baby, you're coming in hot from Tampa on the Frontier Red Eye, and you want someone to pay for the Tower of Rings. Bring it on my way, baby. Sorry, that might have been a little breaking the fourth wall there.
I like it. I'm
gonna button one back up. I feel good about it. Now we gotta actually start. We gotta start wrestling. Derek Dillinger, I'm gonna contact you for some training over there at AIW.
I just want to do the promos. I don't want to wrestle. I just like cutting silly promos.
Well, listen, there's plenty of people that have made very lucrative careers out of literally only being able to cut promos. Be a manager.
Yeah. Maybe I will.
Plenty of wrestlers that can't work the mic. They need a manager.
Yeah. That would be fun, especially to just do it as dumb as that.
That's all the wrestling is. The wrestlers that embrace that you can get so immersed in it and still understand how fundamentally silly the whole thing is to me are the best.
Yeah,
like The Rock.
The Rock was the best.
The Rock was a masterful performer, but also like he wasn't afraid to push it into the stupidest, silliest territory he could.
And this is something I completely forgot about: is the Rock and Sock connection when him and Mankind were tag team partners, and how fucking hilarious that was.
Yeah,
it was
just everything fucking worked in that era of wrestling. Everything.
Tommy, you don't want to cut a promo?
No, I'm not. I can't think of things. I'm not quick witted.
You just go.
I can't. I'm not quick witted.
Tommy, someone called your dogs ugly.
No, they didn't.
Oh no, I read about it on the internet. They're talking.
We heard all about it. Now you got to talk shit to them.
Buck Knuckles was back in the locker room. That could be your slogan.
What gets you fired? What gets you fired up enough to like make you want to talk shit about somebody?
I don't talk shit. I don't think.
No, you're wrestling though. It's like
I know, but I don't.
Could be a good release for you.
Like to quote to be like, you got a thumb in the lightning deep in within you, baby. You got to find it right there in the pit, and you got to reach across the screen and pull them on in.
I wish I could form thoughts to do that.
Do you think we were forming thoughts?
Yes. No, it's just letting words fall out of your face.
But it works.
Right, because you're just going. It's a freestyle.
Going, yeah.
You just go.
You guys are great. I thought you guys were awesome.
I'm not one to critique your content on OnlyFans, but if you started cutting promos while you did content,
maybe I'll start practicing that.
Chef's kiss.
Maybe I'll start practicing that.
Not that
you need to do it, but listen, a little free advice from fans.
I'll DM you. I'll let you know.
All right.
I think you need.
You want me to write some scripts for you?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. If you write the script, yes, I will do it. If you write the script, I just can't.
Oh my God!
I'm just telling you, I can't. I could read things. I'm just not.
Can we do?
Not good with words. Words are hard.
Do a jerk off instruction wrestling promo.
Yeah.
Bro, I want you to grab that dick and just jam down on it so hard and just keep your skin pulled all the way back to the base.
I'll try. Oh my God. I will be able to
I draw hard lines when I watch porn. I don't like it crossing into like comedy territory or like other like other cultural territory. But man,
wrestling?
That would be some. Porn to me is like wrestling, where like, hear me out.
I mean,
like it's like watching like physically impossible people just pull off a whole bunch of shit. I generally probably couldn't. You know, that's what drew me to wrestling in the first place.
Okay.
What I found out though when I became an adult is I could do some of that shit. Just, you know, when like egg laying devices and pyrotechnics and shit. Like, you know. Very, you know, no, it is like that to me still is to this day. Like porn is, you know, it's like a fantasy land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, right?
For sure.
To enjoy that fantasy.
You should. Here's what you should.
Uh-oh.
You should have like ringside announcers, so you wouldn't have to cut the promos, but you could have like color commentators.
Okay. Ooh, damn. Okay, that's good.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Some
are
people
you
say
asking to be a color
I was
commentator?
gonna say,
I
are you I was gonna say,
No,
did
that's a little-
Jordy tell
no,
somebody no? You're
no,
like, no.
it sounded like I was leading into something. No. If I can't be in the ring, I don't really want to be ringside, so to speak. Sorry.
Yeah, I get it. Oh my God, that would be really fucking funny though. Or just announcing into the room about what's gonna happen.
I mean, you could also just do have someone do a voiceover and just dub it.
Yeah.
You know, like one of the funniest things I think Insane Clown. Go on.
I was gonna say, just pull old WWF audio
And put it over
some of
like
your
Jim Ross commentary.
Jim Ross.
Fuck God!
Damn. Okay, we
What's
have
your-
to.
with
we
the
could do that.
DDT.
What's your last name?
Miller. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry. I was turning going back. Maiden name.
Mrs. Miller's little girl. bodies heaped all over the bedroom.
Well,
Damn it.
Costello would be that for if you want my mom's last
Okay,
name.
yeah.
Costello.
Mrs. Costello's bouncing baby little girl. That woman's got a family.
Fuck. Let's do it.
I just think we doubled your subscribers,
You
whatever
did.
that's at.
This is honestly.
You're
genius.
welcome.
Thank you. We'll talk money.
I was invited to be talent, so to speak, once.
Yeah, you said that. That's why I knew you weren't trying to offer your.
I do, because it sounds like I'm leading into some weird flex, like, oh, well, I know a thing or two about a thing or two. But no, I just she literally sort of threw it out there, and she goes, and then I told one of my buddies, and he goes, well, you gotta you're gonna get a cut of that? And I go, hey man, I don't think we're talking about hundreds of
Yeah.
I'm not gonna if I'm gonna have sex on camera with someone that I was dating or whatever, I'm not gonna be like, so
Can I have?
you just want to Venmo me whatever your monthly haul is. I just don't think about it like that. It's like being local band shit to me. Yeah, so I did just tell that story. So yes, I was invited to the dance once.
Yeah, and you said
that's
no.
really the only reason I told that story.
Yeah.
And
this is
was
great.
she sad? Was she sad?
I think it was kind of an ongoing discussion, and I think I looked back at my teenage self, who really thought there was never a chance in hell I would actually have sex with a girl, and I kind of stepped outside my head to go, boy, if I could just talk to 16-year-old Aaron Sechrist right now and let him know where life led us,
Right.
But it just had more to do with I just was it was a psychological thing where I'm that's literally the only way I think I wouldn't want to be out there. Just for me.
Yeah, no, and that makes sense. Yeah.
Trust me, no one's more supportive of that of adult content creators and stuff, but I just was I thought about it and I was
it's just not for everyone.
Yeah,
Totally
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, I
I was
wouldn't want to
call
be
me
on
again,
camera.
when I got 6 more abs here, call me back, we'll talk. It's and then we'll see what's up with that. But
it's something. Yeah, I don't think I could ever do it.
I don't.
But I do I don't hate the idea of it. If I was in good shape and people watch me fuck, I fucking would be down for that. I just think I'm too disgusting.
I don't watch
no.
other than editing my stuff. I don't look back either. I'm I don't.
I would never. I mean, if I did that, I would never.
I can't even
I can't listen to
editing this and editing my stand-up clips. I'm god damn, I couldn't imagine
I've always
if my
had-
butthole
yeah.
was showing.
I've always had I recorded albums and stuff, albums and been in bands and shit, and just listening to my voice back over and over again filled me with dread. I was just
Same,
I just
yeah.
want this shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
That's
yeah,
my hardest with customs because I have to go back and make sure I don't look stupid, and it's hard for me to not think I look fucking stupid.
Well, what's odd is, and I'm not in peak physical condition, but the more I started working out, the more self-conscious I noticed myself becoming.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
it's-
most
Something
self-conscious
changes.
when I was my skinniest.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It doesn't get easier, yeah.
It's very weird. It's very
They're
hard
just
to not
always
get
on
in your
my
head with it.
mind, and it's just it's the worst.
Yeah, and then when you look back, I think you look great now, but when you do look back, you're oh fuck it, I was fine. It was fine.
That was great. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But and I right now I'm in a place where I'm just yeah, this is what I look like. I'm so much more okay with it. I'm this, and like no one's thinking about it except for me.
Right. Yeah.
And everybody sees me and go, that's what Bill looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, they don't care. And like there's
no one cares but you.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I go, oh yeah. Like, and if they do care, it's not about how I look. It's about.
Not about you. It's about them.
No. It's more like, oh, we just want you to be healthy. Like that's more like the concern, not so much about like my appearance, but like, oh, hey, like we want you to be around for a few more years. And that doesn't happen when you're a big fat person.
No, you look like you've been. I mean, I'm together. I'm like you
strong
look
as fuck right now. I mean,
well, you've been working out consistently for how
a year
long now?
Yeah, for over a year now.
Yeah,
so, and it's definitely like transformed my body.
Shows.
But it's also like it's not like I lost weight either. It just kind of changed from like fat to muscle.
But I mean, like think about if you spent that year not working out,
right?
How you would feel and look.
No, I know, and that's why I stopped trying to do because I did like the crash diet things and stuff and like lost weight and like, but it wasn't anything maintainable. Whereas now I'm like, okay, I got the workout part in, like I'm doing that now. I can focus more on my diet and do that in the same way where it's not like I'm going to do it all at once. I'm going to do it slowly and get into a lifestyle that actually
like implement those things that you can carry out for the rest of your life type thing. I mean, that's the age we're at, like I've done literally every fad diet in the book and they work, but it's a trick you can only play on your body once.
Right.
Yeah. What's up? Did they install OBS? Yeah, we're all good. Okay. Yeah, we've been killing it. Thank you. Do you want to cut a promo? That would have been great.
That guy's like, I got like characters I've been like kicking around,
OBS, we're doing good.
Yeah, but body image, man. It's you think at my age I'd have gotten over it, but the more
I don't think you get over it.
No, it's my thing is like, I get in my head about my age. I'm not old. I certainly don't feel old, but it's just kind of like, well, haven't I aged out of like this type of habits?
You don't feel old until you get a comment like this, because I have that bit about people with young names are going to be old soon.
Love it.
And it's like names like Cody and Michaela, and someone commented like, Cody's like are 40. And I was like, no, I mean, yeah, some, but that's kind of the point of the joke. But 40's not old to me. It's old to you because you're 20. Like,
no, there's going to be some hilarious. That's a good bit too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we're just going to have to revert back to like everyone's names, like Henry, Steve.
I love names like that.
Jennifer.
Well, people are going to dress different too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're going to be in the weird
jumpsuits. Where's the jumpsuit era that we were promised? Like Mylar jumpsuits, where it's like shiny silver. Everything's futuristic looking.
Like Puff Daddy videos in the 90s.
More like
futuristic shit.
Yeah, futuristic stuff. Like more Logan's Run type clothing.
I just think anymore there's just no rules with anything, and I definitely don't try to pay attention to what younger Gen Z people dress like because I'm just too old to try to dress like that. You know? So I don't know.
Like your general like old person, like you can imagine certain outfits that they wore. Like it's not going to be the same.
No, right? But that's a generational thing where I think like if you looked at how like a 70-year-old person dressed in the 80s, it was like if you took a 70-year-old person from the 50s and showed them, they'd be like, what's wrong with society?
So,
yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a lot more people in their 60s walk around wearing T-shirts and jeans than there's ever been.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
People in their 60s, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they'd always have like a button-down shirt or a collared shirt. A T-shirt was not acceptable like everyday wear.
Yeah, I mean, you got to
That's like what you wear when you're like working on the lawn or doing something physical, but it's not just like something you wear to the store.
I just think it's going to be all over. I think everything has an ironic renaissance, and I think like the Cookie Monster pajama pants is going to have an ironic renaissance with like hipsters, like 25-year-old hipsters.
You do?
There's nothing off limits with how stupid fashion gets because fashion is the thing that takes itself so painfully seriously at the same time to the point that it's just funny. And they have no choice. So it's like, you know how like mom jeans have kind of been in style because before that it was like low rise, super tight jeans were the thing because the fashion industry is like, well, we got to, we can't just keep making this shit. What are we gonna do next? I don't know. Fucking
high waisted pants.
Yeah.
And then bringing back flares now, which not
They
a
are
fan.
back. I will not. I'm
Oh yeah, like
short.
early 2000s. I like if for whatever it's fucking worth. I just like when people dress like sex could break out at any time, which is like how I feel like I try to dress, and like, but like I just like when people dress like they fucking stand for something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get it.
Dress so I know who you are. So I know your
Me looking
identity.
like a bum.
Just like dress like you're like, even if you dress like a fucking asshole, like mean
own
it.
Yeah.
Mean it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like when I see people that are wearing varying shades of brown and they just look like, it's like you're only young once. Fucking take advantage of it. Like,
Yeah.
take it for what it's worth from a dude that dresses like a
You
coke
dress
dealer
nice.
from
You dress
GTA,
like sex could
but
break out at any moment.
Yes.
That's it.
you put the energy out in the world you want, and then who knows what can fucking happen.
So I remember in high school trying to like I really liked like vintage looking clothes, but I didn't have the courage to just like go all in on that. And so like I remember like I had like this blue like kind of like silk shirt that was like big collar, and I wore it and I fucking loved it. And I thought it was like the coolest shirt, and like, you know, but everyone in high school is wearing the same Abercrombie and Fitch type shit. They don't dress like that. And so like when I wore it to school, people commented on it, which is what I wanted, but then I didn't have the confidence to just stick with it or like lean into it.
Oh, you got like roasted real hard for a day, and you're like, ah, fuck this.
And not even roasted, like questioned.
Oh yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Like it wasn't like, why, like you look stupid. They're
It's
like,
what are you doing?
are you doing a
You okay?
bit? Like, what is this? Why are you doing this? Why are you wearing?
I thought, I
Honestly,
thought
that's worse. That's
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah, because they're just like, that's not who you are. I'm like, it is, but I can't bring myself to be this person all the time. I wanted to be the guy that dressed like I was like, you know, I just wanted to wear vintage clothes. I thought they were cool.
How old were you? Like,
This is like
age-wise?
10th grade.
That's 16, I
15, 16.
I really thought I was edgy and out there because I would wear like long sleeve shirts under, you know, baggy t-shirts when I was fucking 14.
Well, that was the style of the time.
right,
That was a
and
good
like,
look,
and that was like around the time when
which
it was
is
still
not a bad look still.
no. I mean, I would like wear like thermal long underwear under like cut off camo shorts and shit, and people looked at me like are you gonna shoot up the fucking school, dude?
Right.
Like, this is before, I'm so old, this is before even school shootings were a thing, but it was like I don't know, like I thought I was really out there pushing the limits of, and I go, no, dude, you just were like some white dude in the middle of suburbia that listened to fucking Sub Pop records. Like, it's
But again, that it was the culture wasn't as accessible. So like if you were a little bit different, people took notice.
Yeah.
And so
and this was still like when like right around the time before, like, you know how it wasn't cool to be into bands and be into skateboarding, and like it was still you'd still get hazed and beat up to an extent for like being into that shit.
for liking punk rock or for liking skateboarding. Like I remember like my friends, like I wanted to skateboard and my friends were like, "No, man, they're fucking losers." And I'm like, but it's fun.
Like, are you satanic?
Yeah. Like it was such a bad, like all this other shit that went with it that was so negatively looked at. Like, I want to play football, but I also want to skateboard. Like I like doing things.
It's just fascinating because it's like we've lived long enough to kind of see culture evolve and shift, and it's like now everybody skateboards. Like, you know, it's
not
There's a lot
even
of crossing.
Yeah.
or everybody's like,
Yeah.
it's looked at as like a major American sport at this point or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not a big deal.
now if you want to rollerblade, buddy, now you're out there getting crazy. But
I mean, it's the new edgy one. What was that rollerblade movie with Seth Green in it?
not rad.
No, that was the
Wait,
bicycle movie.
No, are you talking? Oh, Skateboard Grind?
No, Grind was.
Who? Wait, no. Who's
Prayer
in
of
that?
the Roller Boys? No.
It was Airborne. Was it Airborne?
That sounds.
I thought Airborne was a bike movie.
No, I know Rad was the bike movie starring Crew Jones. Well, he was the lead character, and I just watched that movie during quarantine, And like when I'm like, that movie holds up. It's fucking fantastic.
I'm sure it's probably aged pretty sweet.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack fucking kicks ass. If you've never seen Rad, watch Rad. It rules.
I don't know if I have.
You should watch Rad. It's awesome. I think Airborne was the one where this kid moves to Cincinnati and he's like a surfer.
Wait, Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Ohio.
And he goes, I think it's Airborne. And I think Seth Green is his cousin, and he's like their nerd in school. And
all movies and shows that mention Ohio. It's a lot.
What level of insomnia drove you to do this?
It's a lot that it happens when you realize how many times they mention Ohio in TVs and shows. I just have like a notes page of a shit ton.
wow.
It's impressive.
Oh my God.
It's a lot.
And Jack Black is in this movie. I forgot.
Really?
Rad,
Yeah.
you said?
No, this one is Airborne.
No, the one that had
Oh.
Cincinnati.
Yeah. I think that's Jack Black. Shane McDermott, Seth Green.
Seth
not a
Green
lot of
probably
names.
still looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
he's
Jack Black
16
was
years
in
old,
it.
right?
Yeah, pretty much. And so, okay, but here's the premise of this movie. He moves from California, where he's a surfer and like into extreme sports, to Cincinnati. And in this version of Cincinnati, all anyone cares about is hockey, which I don't know if you've ever been to Cincinnati. Not a hockey town.
No.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And then, but it has to be hockey. What they should have done is made it in Minnesota, but they already done Mighty Ducks, so they couldn't do another movie there. So they, for whatever reason, they went with that. But the way he's able to connect is he's a good rollerblader because he's from California. And he's a fucking kick-ass rollerblader. So when he goes and plays hockey on the ice, he can't do it. But when they play street hockey, shit,
fucking
he's
takes
actually
off.
pretty legit. And then they have this big race at the end.
And now I gotta watch
Oh,
this.
dude, it's a bad good movie.
I thought you were gonna be like it's like Footloose, but for rollerblading, where like the mayor was like, "You can't do that newfangled rollerblading in this town."
And yeah, like there's just
I'm gonna write a script about that movie.
I like it.
no rollerblading. The mayor said
Footblading,
no,
yeah.
The pastor.
Forbidden Blades.
Yeah.
There it is, starring Switchblade Squire.
If your skates have four wheels, they better be on each side. We don't do inline skating. Inline skating is the tool, is a gateway transportation to homosexuality.
Let me ask you something, Squire. You ever see a car drive down the street, four wheels in a row? No, it just doesn't happen. There's reason for that.
It ain't natural.
Then like the captain of like the ski team beats the shit out of you, and for
And don't you even get an idea about snowboarding. We ski here. All right, we ski.
This is skiing town in southern Ohio.
I love those movies though. Gleaming the Cube was a good one with Christian Slater. That was a skateboarding movie. Grind was, I think, early 2000s.
Yes,
I remember that
yeah.
one. Okay, let's go through this list that you made of all these movies that they take place in Ohio, or they just
mention Ohio.
mention
All
Ohio.
these are, I mean, it's a lot, but like those are all the places that mention Ohio in it.
Okay.
I'll just
read
go
some
on.
off. Read some off.
Okay, we've got Bates Motel.
All
They
right.
mentioned Akron. Supergirl mentioned Ohio. Neon Demon.
Okay. Why did you make this list?
Yeah.
Because it's all the time. I notice it.
So anytime you see something,
literally,
you-
like every time I hear like a city in Ohio.
Is Tommy Boy on there?
it should be because Sandusky's.
Set in Sandusky.
Yeah.
I know, but I haven't watched that movie in a while. I just started it once. Oh wait, it is on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I started the list when it was like 3 movies or shows in. I'm like, this is suspect.
Howard the Duck.
I don't have that on there.
Takes place in
The
Cleveland.
first Marvel movie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched it.
There's
I can only
Duck
imagine
Tits.
how that movie's
Have you ever
aged.
seen the Duck Tits?
Duck Tits?
There's Duck Tits.
Movie's fucking
Oh,
like
in the movie. Okay.
Yeah, that movie, I haven't seen it in forever, but yeah, that is a wild, wild movie.
Howard the Duck.
The 80s were just, the 80s before there was the internet and there was like, you could just watch tits on your phone and stuff was just, you could literally just make anything. And if you just fueled it with the power of cocaine, it was the wildest cinematic experience you could ever have. I'm trying to think what movie, like,
There you go.
Fuck yeah. I love it.
There's some duck tits.
Terrifying.
It's very weird. Just enjoying a nice bath with a
Ozark,
martini.
The Good Place.
I couldn't finish Ozark, not to tangent.
What?
Oh, really?
Oh, I loved it.
I got into that last season, and I honestly just got to a point where I'm like, I don't care what happens to any of these people, especially the Ruthie. I go, Swamp Breaking Bad just is not doing it for me.
You don't like it?
No, just because
I liked it, but I was just like, it felt like two different shows, from the show that it started as to the show that it ended as. Like, I thought the whole, like, the first season felt like, okay, they are not good at this and they're doing things, and then they get way too good at it, and then they can, like, they're just able to get away with everything.
It takes like the turn that Breaking Bad takes, and it also kind of like, he just keeps painting himself in a worse and worse corner and stuff. But I'm also just like, there's no like MacGyver-ness that like Breaking Bad had, and it's also like everyone here is just completely fucking unlikable. Like, I'm never going to Missouri. No offense to anyone in Missouri. I'm never going there. It's sorry. Like,
I've been lots of times.
And I like that Jason Bateman anytime he gets a check, but it's just good performances. Not a terrible show. It just I really fell out of love with it.
I would say this winter, when you're stuck inside, finish it up at least.
I have such a list of shows that I got to finish or start or whatever.
I got to do
a big one
Better
too.
Call Saul.
Did you?
Oh yeah, no, I've heard.
Never
I heard that one.
I'm like,
up
I've watched like 2 seasons and I got to finish it.
I'm probably right around where you are with it. Where like it's just so fucking hard to try to keep up with these shows that require so much mental bandwidth, and to keep up with all of it. Which is like a great way of saying, when I get home at night, I'd rather just stare at TikTok like a moron for 4 hours.
Me and my girlfriend, like, when we watch stuff, we're like, you want to watch something new? And like, we'll watch things from time, but most of the time we just go back to the same like few TV shows, like comedies that we watch while we're talking, and it's just background noise most of the time. Like, I'm not usually all that invested in it, but then like we'll end up watching it and then laugh our ass off because we watch a show, Superstore, which is fucking hilarious. You never watched? Oh,
no,
Superstore's great.
Is that a network show?
Yeah, it was a NBC show.
I remember it, but I have not seen it.
It's a show that I never watched till I started dating Danny, and then it's fucking great. It's very funny.
It's
pretty dark too. Like,
I think that might be one of the only reasons I want to be in a relationship, is because I could really catch up on serial television again.
Dude, it's
great.
Like
Dude, it's like, otherwise it's me watching Terminator 1 while I'm half watching, just staring at my phone. Like, is anybody texting me yet? No. All right, let's watch Predator 2 now.
I do have a hard time if I'm watching something alone, actually paying attention.
Yeah, because there's no one to talk to. Like,
and that's kind of why I got into these wrestling documentaries, to bring it all back to the beginning, was because I know enough about what's going on here that I can pay attention at key moments. I go, okay, I need to pay attention to this part because I didn't know this. But most of it, I'm like, I'm pretty aware.
So it's like
it's perfect, like brainless television.
Here's what was a lot like that for me, was with the Woodstock '99 documentary that just dropped. Have you watched that?
I didn't watch the new one because I watched the one that came out on HBO Max, and it like, do I need to watch the new one?
It does. It's a lot of the same. Yeah, but it's also like, they do a better job of being like, this went, like, they basically, I'm saying, this went so much worse than you remember. Like, because I was like,
it was so bad.
I was like a young adult by the time that happened. And like, I remember it being kind of like a shit show, but it was like the lengths they go to where they're like, okay, this is like, basically the whole arc of it is like, they're like, okay, this is off to a bad start, right? It gets worse, but hold on a second. Here's what happened after that. You think this is as bad as it could get? There's an after party. So here's what happened at that. And like, the things that happened, honestly, it feels like a Nathan Fielder 3-day long prank.
Speaking of which, have you guys watched The Rehearsal?
I have to.
Dude, it's the best fucking show.
It's
the
genius.
best fucking show. Have you even watched it?
No.
Oh, it's so good because it's. I was talking about it with my buddy, and it's not as funny as Nathan For You, but it is some of the most interesting television and unique television that you've ever seen. And there are moments where you are just like, these are real people. It's awesome.
So it's like, but it's like that kind of the format of a prank show, but it's also just kind of like.
But it's not. It's it's what makes it so special is it's very sincere.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going into prank, like he's actually coming at it from an angle of like, I'm trying to help people, but I'm going to go to these extreme lengths to try and help them with these very easy scenarios for the most part. And it's awesome. It's so funny.
Yeah,
I don't want to give anything away.
He's on a he's in a completely different galaxy.
And like the money he spends, like he goes, oh, I got HBO to pay for all this. We're doing some wild shit. And he does some like just crazy ideas.
Again, like it's just one of 19 shows that I'm sure are fascinating and amazing. And I'm just like, I punt on the whole thing after a day of staring at screens and shit where I'm just like, you know, it's like,
should we read books?
Is someone making is there another ASMR sandwich making video on TikTok I haven't seen yet? Like it's just shit like, it's like I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
All right. So that was a great episode. I'm
This was
so
a lot
glad
of
we were able
fun.
to get this done. So glad we were able to get this done. Thank you for coming on and being our guest, Pants Pantsley. Okay,
No.
Pants.
No.
Oh, Buck Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Buck Knuckles.
Buck Knuckles at OK Pants for the time being. That might change. Thanks for having me. This is always fun.
Anything you want to plug? Other social media at OK Pants.
Just social media, just Instagram and Twitter, and my old ass is making his way through TikTok too, but OK Pants on all socials. Yeah. So,
and then Tommy, anything you want to plug?
Just all the regular ones. OnlyFans, Instagram, Twitter.
At Tommy LC on all those.
Yep.
I am the co-host of the Alan Cox Show, which you can listen to weekdays 2 to 6:30 on 100.7 WMMS. If you're not in the Cleveland area, you can listen to it on the iHeartRadio app and watch it on YouTube. I am recording a comedy special September 2nd and 3rd at the Funny Stop. You can get tickets by going to BillSquire.com, and let's sell that thing out. Here's what I need people to do, because when you try to promote stuff on social media, they fucking destroy your algorithm. They go, no, you're not paying for this. So what I need is if you can go to my Facebook event and invite people, and I'm asking you guys to do this too. If you could go to the Facebook event and invite 20 to 30 people that you think might be interested.
Oh, I'm inviting everyone.
Yeah, well, then
I'm bringing 19 to 20 dates with me.
That's awesome.
Do they have
30
tables
steep.
at
Yeah.
Do we
30 steep, you said?
30 is a steep number. I'm pretty confident I can get like 18 or 19 dates to come with me to that.
Well, but you can still invite other people to that.
Well, sure. Dates. I mean, it's fine. I guess for you, I'll try to step outside of myself for a minute.
And also, Cleveland is notorious for buying shit last minute, which puts an extreme amount of anxiety on my side of the thing, where we have sold a good amount of tickets. Like, it's not going to be a failure, but I really want to sell this out. And so
it's a taping.
So the more that you guys listening and you guys here, and obviously anybody watching, if you can invite as many people as you can to the Facebook event, that's a good way to get some organic swell to make people more aware of it, so that we can.
Swell.
I will
Sounds
say
disgusting.
also, like while the social media aspect, I did get a ton of people talking to me about the one promo you cut where you're bench pressing.
Oh yeah, it was a great.
It was brilliant because
yeah.
Because I started watching it, I go, man, Bill is smoking 180 pounds right now. I was like, he's fucking throwing it up there. Yeah. And then I go, wait a second. Yeah. Then when it started going up, I was like, oh, that's very smart. All right. People are very entertained.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm lifting tomorrow. I'm going to show you that I can also smoke 180 pounds.
I don't doubt it, but it just was like, I go, man, how many reps is he going to do here? But you just bring the machine with you on stage and do like,
I'm trying to,
lift weights
Nick
on stage.
Won't let me.
I'm gonna spend the next couple of days with him. I'll try to put the good word in for you.
All right, so check me out on all the social medias at Bill Squire. Share this episode of the podcast, and please share that Facebook event with as many people as you can, so that they buy tickets, or just buy all the tickets if you want to be that person. That'd be cool too. All right,
no,
and
you
then
don't, because then it'll be quiet.
And then we'll buy them and then bring everybody to.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, bring everybody. Make sure they're all.
Don't just
don't buy the tickets and not show up.
Yeah, that's fucked up. They did that to like Trump fucking rallies and shit, which is funny in that instance. But I just spit.
No, it's still a door deal, so I still make a lot of money. So that'd be cool. But
true.
All right, thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
This is the Bill Squire Show.